Hi, everyone. Welcome to Impossible Landscapes here on Lost Caravan. I am your handler, Doc Rimbo. We're back again after a month away, which, when you have a show every other week, is a lifetime. And so we've all been in the green room tossing around reminders of what's going on. And well, we'll explain all that to you in due time. You'll see we don't have a call in. We don't have a call in, which is okay. We're hoping maybe he will turn up, but we got three agents here who are ready to investigate a mystery. Before that, let's say that we are sponsored this time by Epidemic Sound. All the music that I've used on this game comes from Epidemic Sound. It's a subscription-based way to get royalty-free music to use on your channel, and it's great. And so anytime you hear something, whether it is music or a spooky ooky noise, that's where it came from. Let's go around. We're going to check back in with everybody just as a reminder for folks who might be here for the first time. We'll start with who you are as a person, and your pronouns, and who your agent is, what their code name is, kind of what their deal is, and what they're going through right now. Let's start with our friend Casa. Casa, will you tell us about who you are and your agent?
Oh, I'm Casa. I'm a really big fan of TTRPG, and I'm here hanging out with my friends because they're all so beautiful and hot and sexy. And yes, my character is Agent Martini. She's a super secret, super spy.
Mhm.
Secrets, lots of secrets. She's having a grand old time just coming into this cool looking hotel and just chilling out with her friends, really, because she's had a lot of troubles over, or like not troubles, but she's been in a lot over the past time since they last saw each other. So she's just
She's
happy.
seen some stuff.
She's happy. Yeah, she's just hanging out. Really, she's having fun. Yeah,
And also, she came in hot last session to find out who in the building was banging. And she
yes,
asked
that's very
everyone he
important.
talked
Mhm.
to.
Very important.
I feel like
Because
there's an editor's note parentheses. Martini is actually insane.
Mhm.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, the best people are insane, right?
There you go. There you go. And speaking of that, let's go back around. Uh Liv,
I was hoping and praying it was
you
me.
best person. How are you?
I'm doing so well. Hello, everybody from cloudy, stormy Seattle. My name is Liv. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Martini, Agent or not Martini. Oh my God, I'm just
No.
obsessed with Casa. I want to be Casa
Mhm.
so fucking bad. Um, yeah. I play Micro. I play Agent Micro, who is the computer hacker of the group I'm in. Micro uses she, her pronouns, and yeah, I kind of showed up a little bit late to the group and got saddled with all the paperwork.
Yeah. Mhm. How does Micro feel about paperwork?
I think Micro actually, in a weird way, really likes my like paperwork because it's like, ah, yes, there is a beginning and there is an end. And if I keep going, I
Mhm.
can finish. And the faster I go, the better I am.
Right, right. And as a reminder for those watching, this is 1995. So basically, Micro invented the internet, is what we're saying here.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like,
She
oh
definitely
my
had
God.
something to do with it.
I definitely had something to do with it. Um, Now the real question we need to ask is Delta Green going to investigate the internet? Are we going to have like a Scooby Doo cyberspace situation and there's some sort of eldritch horror living in the
Oh,
early 1990s internet?
Yes. Do you remember that
of
episode?
course.
Let's all go on a tangent. Do you remember that episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yes, yes,
Mm.
In like the second season where Willow makes a friend in a chat room and it turns out to be a
yes.
demon that lives inside the computers. And they all talk about the internet. That's the best part of the mid 90s. Everyone talked about the internet like it was some
Here's the
mysterious.
thing, here's the thing, here's the thing, here's the thing. You can't give Micro a demon in a computer because I will quickly grab the wheel from you and turn this Delta Green game into a Monster Hearts game and fuck this demon in a computer. Cause like, who else is Micro's perfect lover except for a demon in a
Mhm,
computer?
mhm. Hold on, I need to write something
Thing.
down that's
It
unrelated.
would
I'll
be
be
the
right back.
demon in the
Yeah,
computer.
yeah, 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 no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Will fuck. That's great. Thank you, Liv. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're here.
Are we
Speaking of
gonna
demons, yes, go
are we gonna
ahead.
pass it off? Are we gonna pass it
I
off
was
to
gonna
our
say,
other super sexy,
well,
funny,
mm-hmm,
handsome, good-looking, charming, creative,
mm-hmm.
um,
Keep going. He loves it.
partner of the
Look at him, not
table? Yeah.
embarrassed at
Look
all.
at
He almost
him.
fell over.
Hmm? What?
Anyways,
Sorry.
speaking of demons that live in computers, hey Turk, how are you?
How did you know? That's why I went super blurry. Hey everybody, I'm doing well. Yeah. Intros. I am Turk, or Turk accented in deepest relay, in the House of the Dead. And I'm playing Agent Michael, who is God's favorite Marine. He's had a rough go of it. I'll be honest, everybody.
Michael
He's
saw stuff that nobody else in the group saw.
he's boots on the ground, first through the door, and having some problems with that.
Yeah.
Don't go on the 4th floor. Worst experience of my life.
Mm-hmm. And if you didn't join us the past 2 times, don't go on the 4th floor of this 3-story building. Is
Yeah.
the short version.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we can get Michael into a place where he can shoot something, because
Well,
Jesus, man.
you never know. That might happen.
Mhm.
Apparently, there's a demon that lives in computers.
There's
So.
demon who lives in computers. Well, can I shoot the
Oh,
computers?
we don't need to bring up my boyfriend. Like,
Just gonna say.
Oh my gosh,
Michael's
Liv,
boyfriend.
you're giving me so much stuff here. Anyway, I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm your handler. I use she, he, or they pronouns, whichever you feel like. And I am just super excited. I don't have a lot more to add. We have a big investigation to take care of. So without further ado, let's get some mood music going. Take a deep breath. Deception is a right. Truth is a privilege. Innocence is a luxury. Delta Green is an unofficial para-governmental entity that has worked throughout the 20th century to neutralize and cover up instances of the supernatural in our world. In August of 1995, the M cell of Delta Green was brought in to investigate the disappearance of Abigail Wright, a young artist living in New York City. When they came, they have not yet found Abigail, but they have found some other things. A super weird shrine mess in her apartment made of random stuff like wheelchairs and sheets and pieces of paper and dentures. There were some people who shared the building with her, tenants who acted odd and seemed to be under the impression that Abigail wasn't missing, but had moved quote unquote upstairs. Oh, and yes, Michael found the 4th floor, which by all accounts should not exist. And so, we are here only on the 2nd day of the investigation. It's the morning of August 11th. And our agents are rising to face the day. But before we do that, Michael, you have been tossing and turning all night with your newly acquired sleep disorder. And so I need you to make me a sanity test.
Oh, good. I was thinking, it's been a while since I personally have made a sanity test.
Mm-hmm.
That's a success. 48 out of 56.
Excellent. You had disturbing dreams, to say the least. Some of them involved your girlfriend and this guy that you met on the 4th floor in the smoking lounge, and also Agent Mythic was there, and that might have been the weirdest part. But they were graphic. And so today you wake up, but you steel yourself, and you go through your morning routine, and you set out to get to work. Where is everyone meeting?
I believe the 3 of us are actually at Martini's place.
I think you're right. Okay, so you are at one of Martini's many safe houses that she keeps throughout the country for her work. And you're all packing up and getting ready to go. You know that Mythic is staying at a nearby hotel and you have not heard from him.
We pick up a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Nice.
Sorry.
Salt,
What
pepper,
they got?
ketchup.
All right. You all get breakfast from Bottega. And what do you do?
I assume we would talk to each other about what we were gonna do before we left.
We still need to categorize and log a lot of that evidence, so one of us should probably still be on site.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it, but I'm not. Words kind of.
I can do it.
You sure?
You wanna?
I've never had paperwork talk back to me before, so that was kind of weird to get used to, but I might as well keep going. I might as well, finish the job.
Well, we can regroup there, so you don't have to move anywhere.
Okay.
If it does become untenable, you should let us know, though.
Okay.
At least remain in the neighborhood. I'm gonna look into the building, see if we can. There's the parent company that owns the commune, and well, it's just the history of the building itself that we can look into.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you all head off in different directions by train, by cab, however you do it. And one by one, you arrive. Let's start with Micro. Micro, you have keys to the building that the group has been passing around. Today, as you approach this brownstone structure in the lower east side of Manhattan in the Kips Bay area, you see that standing outside is a gentleman. He is, let me see if I can describe him. He is a good-looking black man, about let's see, about 5'10". He's got a suit on. You can tell that his belt, like underneath his sports coat, has a gun.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he is sort of standing outside with his arms crossed across his chest, and he's just sort of looking up. He looks to be about mid-40s, something like that. He's surveying the building.
So he definitely so he has a gun. Does it seem like he's some sort of like investigator or agent himself? Is that the vibe I'm getting?
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's some sort of official of some kind. And you could just jump to the conclusion that that in your briefing you heard that there's a detective who's leading this investigation for the NYPD,
Okay.
named Giordanda, and
Gee.
Detective Giordanda, and this might be him.
Okay. And then just for my own understanding, because we always have like a front, are we FBI this time around?
You all, the three of you, all have FBI credentials, and
Right.
and they're legitimate. You've been deputized into the FBI. So that means you can arrest people. You know what I mean? You can do stuff like that.
Mhm.
The only person in your group who doesn't is Mythic, because he doesn't have a
Mm.
government background. So he is a consultant.
Don't write a book.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I think that I am going to kind of stand up a bit straighter, kind of roll my shoulders back, just try to give myself a I don't know, more presence, I should say. And I'm going to walk over and just say, excuse me, good morning.
He is distracted for a moment, but then he sees you and he says, "Oh, hi there. Can I help you?"
And I point to the building. Are you a detective on the case, or?
And clicks in his head, and he says, "Yes, yeah. Oh, you're with the.
FBI.
Do you mind if I?
And I flash my badge and I say, Agent Beckham.
All right.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Sorry for the formalities," he says. He said, and he flashes his badge back at you. So I'm Graham Giordanda. I'm lead detective on this case. Although I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, It's definitely a interesting one. Was there something I could help you with, or?
No, I just want to make sure that you were getting on all right, because I was told to basically give you anything you need, and I'm more than happy to do that. I just want to make sure that you didn't need anything from us. That's all.
It would be a bad idea to pass off the paperwork onto this guy, huh?
Yep.
Like, I don't need him. I don't need him
Freaking out.
freaking out, falling into some. He doesn't need
Going
to be exposed.
going to the 4th floor.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's the phrasing that I think fits best. Is he doesn't need to be exposed.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think I will nod and just. Well, any additional information that you may have, any work that you and your team has been doing would be greatly appreciated. But we'll be able to handle things from here.
That sounds great. I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. I basically gave everything we have over to the FBI, so you all should know what's going on. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been inside, but I've never seen anything like that place. It's
I mean,
I
it's
don't know. I don't have a word for it.
and I think like Micro right now, when Micro's with the rest of the group and is handling things that are Delta Green related, I
Mhm.
do feel like she's always just this unhinged bundle of nerves. But like this she can deal with, right? Like even though she's a data nerd, like she's used to dealing with like detectives and investigators and stuff. So I think she kind of like puffs up her chest and says, yeah, well, it's just part of the job, and you see things, you do this kind of work, after a while you get used to stuff.
Hey, could have fooled me. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. You look like you can't be more than a few years out of the academy.
Maybe.
He notices that he's put his foot in his mouth,
Yeah.
and he says, I will stay out of your way.
Thank you.
And he goes and he strolls off down the street, goes to like some sort of a cruiser that he's got parked in one of the spots up front. And
Yeah, I
takes
think
off.
when Micro walks in, because places like this always have mirrors and stuff, so I do think she kind of like looks at herself in the mirror, just like trying to see like, do I really have a baby face? Um,
You
does she-
you walk in, and
Mhm.
there you can see a reflection in the front door.
Mhm.
There's like a pane of glass there, right, where you can basically see it.
Mhm.
You stand there for a minute, looking at your face, and I don't know. You tell me.
Mm, I do think like Micro sees her features, and she's like mid to late 20s, so she is the youngest of the group, I believe. So
Yeah.
there is still some youth to her, and her eyes aren't as sunken in as some people in the group.
Mhm.
Um, so I do think she's kind of. We all know who we're talking about, okay? One
We're
of us
all
is,
talking about Mythic. We're all talking about Mythic because he's not
that
here.
that man's eyes are not designer. They are her eyes are not designer. They are garbage. I know it to be true.
They're
We
hand
can
me
make
down.
all the Michael and Mythic ship art that we want.
Yeah, as long as you get the eye bags right, because I know just circles.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I do think she's kind of like looking at herself and kind of like having this conversation with herself of like, I'm new to this. This is my first year doing this. How is this gonna wear on me in time? And how long do people do this for? Is this something you just do until you're not around anymore? And what kind of toll does it take on people? Am I going to snap like Mythic, or was Mythic always this way? And yeah, just kind of drifting off into that thought process of like time and exposure.
And after a few moments, you compose yourself and you go inside, and it's It's precisely as you left it last time. There's that big pile of circulars and flyers and junk mail piled up in the mailroom. You go into the main hallway, just lined with this burgundy carpet, and the apartments on either side. As soon as you come in, you see a set of footsteps, a set of feet going up the stairs halfway down. As it looks like someone is walking upstairs.
Hello?
They stop and they turn around and they sort of like bend over and they look down at you, and it's Lewis Post. It's
okay.
The guy who you met yesterday. Were you there? Were you in Lewis's apartment yesterday?
No, I don't think I
remember.
was. He was the artist,
was
though, right?
Yeah, I think it was Michael and Martini who met him. He's everyone who lives here is an artist. He
Oh, right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but when they got information back to you, they told Michael and Martini that he started in comics. He's done comic book work for a long time, was very successful, but he told them he stopped to work on his work, like his really important work. And he was also very closed off, right? But you say hello, and again those feet stop, and he sort of like bends down so he can see you, right? And he goes, "Oh, hi, hey there,
Hi, good morning.
hi, can I help you?"
Yes, I'm part of the investigation.
Oh, Abigail's apartment,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh, right. I heard about that. How's it going?
Lots of work still left to be done. I'm assuming, has anybody spoken to you? Do you have anything that you would like to share?
Yes. I think two of your, what do you call them? Co-workers?
Colleagues.
Yeah. Okay. A big, sort of like tough, muscly guy, and another lady came up to my apartment last night.
Oh, excellent. Well, have you remembered anything? Has anything come back to you that you would like to share? Sometimes, a lot of the times with investigations, we find that people, think about on things more, and then, it's like, whoa, I remember.
He says, "Oh,
It's like,
oh, yeah, I bet. I mean, that's interesting stuff. That's fascinating. No, I don't think I do. I mean, can I let you know? Should I like come down and like tell you if I think of something?"
yes, absolutely. I will be in Abigail's,
Apartment.
yeah, wait, no, sorry. I'm trying to think above table. Michael told us about, like, everybody thinks she moved, right?
Most of the comments you've got were that there was always this sort of vague assertion that she moved, that she left.
Yeah.
Lewis specifically was one of those people who said she moved upstairs.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember, like, I'm trying not to metagame. I'm like, what does actually, I remember everything, but what does Micro know?
Right. Yeah, that's what she knows. And she probably also heard from them that he was an asshole.
Yeah. Right, which is strange because he seems so lovely right now. Right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just no, we're just trying to look into things, how the state of her apartment after she moved.
He says, "Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say that it's messier than my apartment, but my apartment's pretty bad."
Tell me about it.
And he goes, "Well, anyway, if I think of something, I'll come down and let you know."
Yes, thank you. I have a question though. Is it normal for people to move apartment units here? I feel
Yeah,
like
people move all the. Oh, here? I thought you meant like in general.
Oh well, I mean, like I've moved, but I feel like I never move inside my apartment complex.
Oh.
Like usually when you move, you're trying to get out because like landlords. But
he goes, Yeah, we don't have a landlord. The Art Life place manages everything. But he says, no, that would be super weird. So there's only like 8 units or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does math in his head. 11 units in the building, and so why would you move from one to the other one? And he goes, okay, well, good luck. And he gives you a thumbs up and he leaves.
There's no way that there's 11 units on 3 floors, right? No, yeah, no. Just more confirmation.
There is.
Wait.
You just walked past the mailboxes. You could probably check.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
true.
double check. I sort of
Okay.
guessed that. Maybe he got the
Well,
math wrong.
Either way, we came in with a plan to gatekeep, gaslight, and girl boss. We're being 2 of the 3 already.
Yes, there's 11. There are 11 apartments in the building. It's 3 floors, and it's basically 4 on a couple floors, and one of them has 3. So it's
he's
4,
talking
4, 3.
to me as if there are 3 floors and not
Yes.
like there's multiple. Okay.
Yes.
And also, like, she didn't move upstairs, that whole thing.
He doesn't seem to think she would move. Yeah.
What the fuck? Why? Why does he have entirely different personality? Explain.
He gives you a thumbs up. He's upstairs. You hear him walking right above you, towards the apartment above Abigail's, which is where he lives.
And the mailroom is still messy and disorganized, yes?
Yep.
Yeah,
Can I
some things don't
pick up-
change.
Can I pick up one of the newspapers and check the date?
Sure. It's contemporary. It's they are from the past few months. It looks like this pile goes back several months.
And
with
not
stuff.
years, not decades.
Not years, no. It appears to go back to the spring of this year. And you do remember that Abigail's disappearance was at the beginning of June.
Interessante, que interessante.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Abigail's room and get to work.
Okay. You open the door, and her room, as much as you left it, there is, as a reminder, that box that the agents left by the door for you. It has stuff like plastic gloves. It has baggies. It has a Polaroid camera with tons of film.
Okay, I'm gonna look through that actually. I'm gonna look through that.
Let me give you a full description of what you'll find there.
Yay! I love a full description.
Nothing like a full description.
Ah.
This box is a cardboard box. It's marked evidence, comma, FBI White Plains, comma, right-A, comma, 10 August 95. It has 4 Polaroid cameras, 100 packs of film, which you did the math last time is 800 photographs, potentially.
Jesus Christ. But I shouldn't judge her. Like, I don't delete photos off my phone roll. Anyway, keep going.
You could probably fit that many on your phone.
Probably.
There are evidence, like I said, latex gloves, evidence bags, stickers, sealing tape for like sealing the bags, and then a manifest listing everything in the box.
Okay.
You also know that if you're going to do this alone, if you actually set out with the intention of cataloging this apartment, it's going to take you a lot longer. It's going to take you like 5 days to 6 days to get this done, unless you have help.
7 days.
Yeah, but I can't like.
This is where Micro disassociates.
Yeah. No,
She's
I
just
wish I
staring
could.
at the apartment.
No, yeah, no, literally, that's what I'm doing. I'm also sitting here being like, damn, I wish I could text the group chat.
Yeah. You can't.
No, I
I would. What time did you all agree to meet back at the apartment? Did you set a time? You can retcon that and tell me.
4, 5 for
4 or
dinner?
5 works.
Get a
I'll
full day
just-
of searching.
Might be time to get a pager or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it might be time to get a pager. Because all my girl's thinking is like, I guess I'll just work on this on my own until they get here.
And you set off. Let's you get 2 search rolls a day. said 3 once, but it's actually 2.
Wow.
So I'd like you to make a search roll as you start looking through the apartment.
Okay. No more buy 2 get 1.
No.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Here we go.
That's a failure. Love to see it.
Okay, click that box. You'll improve it next time.
Yes.
And you are searching up and down all over this place, and I think she's still dissociating. This is just too much, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been saying like, Micro is good at cataloging, but
Yeah.
there like that means that somebody's also already done the searching, and she's just putting it and sorting it away.
Mhm.
This is, I think it's the searching that's just like so overwhelming, and there's just so much shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Micro is left looking through all these things, and just we have like a pan out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we fade star wipe over to Michael. Michael, describe what's going on with you.
Well, we get the Decepticon logo spin in.
No.
No, Michael is. I want to go to the New York Library. He's walking up the steps past the lions.
Okay. You walk up the steps of the New York Public Library, lions and all.
Mm-hmm.
To that big building. I haven't been there in so long.
I know. I miss it. Between the lions. Classic. But once there, he's gonna start and heading into the older records, news, write-ups, historical
Sure.
documentation, anything on the building.
Okay. Specifically, you're looking about the McAllistar building.
Yes, the McAllistar building, and if I have time, any stories, news articles associated with it, I'll go microfilm hunting. You know.
Sweet. Let me see. What would that be? Let's do. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'm off on my own planet here. Let's do a. How about just a history check?
Oh no. Okay.
I would also take architecture if you want. Do you have architecture? Probably not.
You know, it's funny. In his downtime, he does go to take architectural classes. No,
Nice try.
I'll try.
Nice try.
He has, he teaches, history of archaeology, and that's totally why he's here. No, history check coming in. 25 out of 34 for a success.
Whoop, whoop. You will make a success. Great.
We love to see
fantastic.
it.
We do. We love to see them successes.
I failed so much.
You are looking. I mean, you can describe how this is, but all over for references to the McAllistar building with its unique spelling to it. You initially come across this just basic stuff in the records. You know that you'd have to go probably to a city hall or something like that for something more specific, but it does date the original building as being built in 1921. And you pick up a couple names as well. Apparently, originally, the building was a residence, a home for a man and his family. The man's name is Henry M. Lundine, Lundine.
So wait, like Lun-L-U-L-U-N?
Lundine, Henry M. Lundine.
Henry
and then you
M.
come across one more name. Apparently, it was built by an architect by the name of Asa Darabandi, which is ASADARIBONDI. And not only that, but it says a little bit more about Darabandi than you'd expect. It said that he was sort of known for these things called thought buildings. And it doesn't explain what that is.
just imagine he's got this like hopes. He's kind of taken up a desk. He's piled up, various books and stuff on
Yeah.
the history of New
What a
York City.
sexy nerd. What a fun, sexy nerd he is.
Just looking over this and trying to find anything on thought buildings within the art history of New York architecture building that he's probably had to fight some graduate student writing their dissertation for.
You start looking up that, and we'll just roll over your roll because you actually succeeded, and I don't want to push our luck. So, you go and you find 3 different books about this man, Asa Darabandi, that reference him. And the titles of these books are as follows. One is called The Devil's Craftsman. It was written in 1952. One of them is called A Darkness at the Corners. And that was written in 1957. And in 1961, he is referenced in a book titled Architecture, Genius, and Mental Illness.
These are all great books to be mentioned.
These are all terrific books. And actually, so you find all these things and you start going down these paths. And you figure out what they mean by thought buildings. Apparently, early in his career, Darabandi was known for designing strange, misshapen constructions that he called thought buildings. People called him, for a while, the Picasso of architecture. And he was in Chicago until 1921, until something happens. One of the books refers to it as a religious revelation, and one of the books refers to it as a drug experience. And it says that he moved to New York and took up residence at a Midtown hotel. It does not provide the name. And over the course of his living in New York City, he erected 9 different buildings. And then later, around, when was it, 1950, I think, he disappeared. And it was only until after he disappeared that the news came out of what people suspected him of doing. This is stuff that I won't mention explicitly because of our Lines and Veils document. But it involves children. And what he was suspected of doing is pretty gruesome. And he vanished without a trace in 1950, leaving behind one of these children. And huge debts, a logbook that tracks all of these incidents, and lots of questions. His mother declared him legally dead in 1960. Is there a specific one of these books you'd like to look at? Because I'd really like you to look at The Devil's Craftsman.
Sorry, I just need to get a date for Architecture, Genius, and Mental Health.
Architecture, Genius, and Mental Illness.
Illness.
Was 1961.
1960.
So it was after his mother declared him dead.
Okay, well, we have to start chronologically if we're going to continue to hurt my sanity, right?
There you go. The Devil's Craftsman is specifically a biography of Darabandi. So that is probably your best source. And you look through it. It basically outlines his life and the stuff he did. A lot of the stuff we've mentioned already. But I'd like you to make me... You know what? It's just you just read it. You have all day, right? You're sitting there reading through this book,
Yeah.
and at one point you come across a photo of Darabandi. There aren't many. It is a photo of him standing in front of an Art Deco hotel, and there is on each door a large letter B emblazoned. And the caption reads, in parentheses 1928, Darabandi lived for a time at NYC Hotel, which he helped to restore in lieu of payment. And then there's something else. As you look closely at this photo, you see a reflection in one of the windows. You see a flagpole with a distinctive stone base. How much time has Michael spent in New York City?
Given he lives close, he has definitely spent a lot of time. He is staying in. He lives in Jersey City, so.
Okay. You immediately recognize this as the Eternal Light Flagstaff in Madison Square Park. So you at least know where it is. It feels like you exhaust everything you can learn about Darabandi from these books. Take everything with a grain of salt, interpretation. But this guy was, by all reports, pretty messed up.
If possible, you'd like to check out the 3 books.
Okay. Yeah, they're all available for checking out. And you
Absolutely.
get them. They put them in a little tote bag. Apparently, they have a promotion going on. In tote bags. Because for members, and I would imagine Michael has a membership.
He has one of those like New York, New Jersey tend to have a system where like teachers and stuff can access libraries.
Yeah, right on. And so you leave with these books in hand. It's still midday by the time you do that. Which means you've got a little bit of time, but as we see Michael going between the lines, we'll jump over to Martini. Martini, what are you doing again? Remind me?
Okay, so first I want to see if my mic is okay.
You're a little bit quiet. A little bit quiet. We need more Martini. We need
All
maybe
right.
50% more Martini.
Does this help putting the mic closer?
I would a little bit, yeah. If there's any way to make it even louder, I will pump you up in my ears, but Hoop will tell you if we need more, I think.
Okay, because it was just that I was picking up other people talking, so I was trying to. But anyway, if you can hear me,
I can.
you can? Okay,
Yes, it is wonderful.
sweet. I will follow. Martina will follow Michael around the library,
Mhm.
right, for a little bit, just kind of looking through books, and then I think would Martini's work know anything about the people that own the building?
Interesting. About
Like
art life.
she's got contacts everywhere, right? Just to know at least like maybe they
Okay.
have a headquarters or an office somewhere.
There's this whole block of payphones out in front of the library.
So
And so you go out there and you ring up one of your contacts. What do we need to know about this contact?
well, I think they're just someone who's trying to get up in the ladder. They just push papers, but Martini kind of makes them feel a bit special, so he answers their calls whenever
Nice.
just because it's nice to talk to someone.
Excellent.
So
All right.
Martini
all right,
asked
all right.
like,
Um,
yeah, art life.
Roll me a bureaucracy check
Bureaucracy.
if you have that skill. If not, let me know.
Everyone has at least 10.
Okay, yes. I do have 30. Not very much. Did I pass? It's success. Oh no.
Yes.
Success, 23.
We're hot tonight. Great. With a 23, the person that on the other end of the line says, "Yep, okay, I've got it here. Art life. It's a non-profit firm. Yeah, they apparently they purchase buildings and rent them to artists for a low cost.
How long have
Um,
they been in business?
Art Life. Let me see. And they go look. And they say, let's see. I gotta find out. What is it?
Asking all the
uh,
real questions here.
yeah. And they say, I don't see that right away, but it looks like they bought that building in 1967.
Okay.
So they've owned that one. I've got an address. Do you want it?
An address for where they have an office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not far from that apartment.
That's even better. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
23rd and 3rd. It says here, open Monday through Friday. So
Okay.
you
Well,
gotta,
we'll check
you
that
could
out.
probably talk with them.
Do you know who? Can you see? No, it's a business. They wouldn't have their employees on
I mean, it says here that there's
list.
there's some sort of a manager or somebody in charge named Cynthia LaChance.
Cynthia the Champ. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I needed.
Sure. And so you end your conversation. Anything else you want from this person?
Oh, I mean, I'll ask him about his week, how he's been, the family.
Small talk.
And then, thank you. Let's get drinks sometime whenever we're in the same place, All right.
Yeah, if that ever happens. Right.
Martini
hang
says
out.
it full well knowing that it won't happen.
No.
Says it for courtesy.
That seems like a Martini move. Just sort of like, yeah, I'm sure we'll get together.
We'll get together.
We'll get together.
In your dreams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
I
So they
finished
give you
that.
the address. The address for the Art Life building is at 23rd and 3rd. So 23rd Street, 3rd Avenue, which is basically like 10 blocks away from the McAllistar.
Okay.
And yeah.
I'm gonna, after that, I'm probably gonna go back into the library and try to find Michael, see if I can get another body to go with me, because I don't know if it would.
That could be when Michael's coming out.
Is he coming out anytime soon?
Well, he's working
Maybe
on it. He's got a whole religious background thing, and that's no. But yeah, maybe it could work
Right.
that.
Fucking knew it.
Dude, we're here for you, Michael.
No.
In there. Go ahead.
No. I think if it's okay, maybe that could work. That as Michael is coming out, we kind of can like mesh the scenes together, kind of like Ocean's 11 style, with the cuts line up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like in that time, probably because the conversation probably didn't take that long. I'm assuming they went to go get a beer, get a burger, and just
As all
walk
of
around.
as
Look at
all
some
of
art.
the like different shots are going, we see
Mhm,
Martini getting burgers and beer.
It's
We
a
see
little-
Michael coming out, and then we cut to one, and it's just Michael, just like.
I
Just
could walk into him
surrounded.
with my burger and beer. Just like,
I think Micro started with socks, and so just she's surrounded by a pile of socks. She's like, if I just get all the socks in one place,
How
and she
dare you
puts them in a bag, socks. Just like-
This is how dare you describe my laundry method?
I have to work macro, and then I can get micro.
Well, it's been fun, everybody.
Can we get that on a t-shirt? Did you just come up with a catchphrase?
It's
what?
babe, we're in the 90s.
Everyone needs a catchphrase.
Fair.
Just, good night, everybody.
If you think Martini doesn't have like 5 catchphrases about like shaken and stirred in the back of her
Nice.
mind.
Great. Michael and Martini both wrap up what you're doing. You go out and have a leisurely lunch. Like, it's a Midtown Bar and Grill. What do you order?
A steak.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna have a
Right.
steak.
How do you
a
like
glass
your
of
steak
wine.
done?
I'm gonna go rare.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
It's
does.
kind of cold in the middle.
Uh-huh.
I cannot believe
Holy
this. I
hell.
cannot believe this.
I
cannot
don't
believe this.
personally. I
Ordering a
don't. but
tartare? Oh my god.
Michael, what do you
Okay.
order?
I'm
I-
working my ass off. And this is
I
what's
think
Go for the boogie bag.
after everything he just read, like meat's probably not on the menu for him. So I
Boys.
probably like gonna order the salad, and because it's the 90s, they'll do the thing where they bring the salad out to the lady, and he's gonna have to like correct them.
Yeah,
Like-
there's some you had a side of misogyny with this lunch date.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Michael gets the salad.
I just got like, yeah, it's a small thing. Just
We have this shot of Michael just like exhausted, right? Just like so tired.
didn't
Tied
sleep.
slightly loose, not totally loose,
Ooh.
just a little bit. And
oh my god, he really is coming out. Holy shit.
and just eating his salad and looking across at Martini, who's just like, "Roar!" Like, devouring the steak. Great. I think now's a good time to go back to Micro and have you do another search roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, and I think I don't need to get the paints. I don't think that the paints are that important. So let's try paperwork again. There is less mess. But there's still so much paperwork.
Roll me a search check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. I like that.
Whoa. That's a failure. 67.
Is that a failure?
Oh yeah. Baby, we're
Nice.
only working with a 22, okay? Bare minimum.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Heroically putting this investigation on my back while these other people get lunch.
Say
There's-
with your full heart, no half sense.
There's a lot of paper type stuff here. You know, there's a lot of things to choose from, and but
There's
everything
sketches, like
but everything that you pull off and look at, because a lot of it's taped on the wall, some of it's glued on the wall, so it rips. But I mean, you come up with the weirdest stuff, like grocery lists. You find you find a book report in Mandarin.
mhm.
You like just the most bizarre things, but nothing that seems pertinent, and you're just left filing and filing and filing. We failed to mention this last time, I think, but here in the apartment, as if to make it as uncomfortable as possible, all the all the carpet's been ripped up by the original teams that came in. It's just linoleum floor. But as you're looking around through all this paperwork and stuff like that, you notice something, which is that right under the door to the hallway, where the hallway carpet stops and the linoleum begins, there's something sticking out.
Okay. I'm gonna go look at that.
Okay.
Together.
You go over and you have to get down close to the ground. It's very small,
Mhm.
but it appears to be a tiny microphone.
The fuck?
It's right in the corner, so it's easy to miss. But there's a wire that goes underneath the hallway carpet.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start following that because there ain't Bluetooth, so
No,
I
it's not.
have a trail. I have a trail.
Start tracking it like through the impression in the carpet. I mean, this isn't like a glued down carpet and all. It's like a loose carpet, so you can like look underneath it and you're there. And it appears to end at the front door of Thomas Manuel, who is one
Oh,
of the
he was
other tenants.
he's the younger guy.
He's a
Yeah.
painter.
Yeah.
His apartment is kind of has this austere vibe to it, where there's just like there's not a lot of furniture. It feels like, strangely enough for you, Liv, a hotel room. Yeah,
Why
where
would
it's
you
like
ever say that?
where it is like there is a chair and there is a plant, and
Mhm.
there's also, like, you remember hearing this from the others, there is a bookshelf with really nice sort of stereo equipment.
Right.
And that's what you remember basically. But you end at his front door.
Okay. I'm gonna knock.
Knock, knock, knock. Let's see if he's home.
I'm gonna knock. FBI, hello, open up.
Hello?
Pardon
Hello?
me.
Hello, it's
Um,
FBI.
I'm
Bob.
making
The
a joke
federal-
that's not that different from Micro's voice.
The Federal
I do-
Bureau of Investigations.
I do think it is knock, knock, knock. Hello, FBI.
FBI Ubu. And
FBI. Woo.
Ooh,
um,
what's this? A
um,
critical piece of evidence.
the door the door opens and you meet Thomas Manuel for the first time. And he is this younger guy, Latino. He's got kind of like this curly dark hair. He's got a set of headphones around his neck. And
Oh,
this is
so
like,
he really doesn't give a fuck.
Walkman stuff. Oh, he's cool. And yeah. And he sort of answers the door, and he's got these like paint covered jeans and a t-shirt on, and he's barefoot, and he sort of answers the door and goes, "Hey, hi, can I help you?"
Hi, yes. I'm with the FBI investigation, and I have
Oh.
found. Yeah.
You're with that weird guy,
Which one?
kind of like an older dude, and he's dressed in all black.
Micro's face immediately falls. Yeah, no, I know that. uh, this is a microphone that I found in our investigation, and the wire leads into this room. I've been trying to follow it down the hall. So if you excuse
Wait,
me,
wait, what?
I'm not accusing you. But this wire does lead into this facility or vicinity, and I do need to follow this wire. So if you will please step out of the way so I can continue my investigation.
This feels like a persuade roll, or I mean, you are. I mean, listen, you are being pretty intimidating. You know,
I
but
am so
what do you
strong
want
in
to use?
intimidating.
What do you want to use for this? Yes.
Wait, there isn't like an intimidate in this, is there? It's just
Let me
persuade.
check. I gotta check all my skill list here.
I only see persuade.
Charisma?
Charisma.
Charisma might be okay. Let's see. We got persuade for one thing.
Yeah.
We've got we don't really have intimidate. I think
It doesn't
either
have the full-
persuade. Yeah, I think persuade is your best.
Alrighty, watch me. There goes my hero. Watch me as I fail. Yep. Damn, that was actually a little bit closer though. Yeah, I mean, listen, Micro does have a 10 charisma and therefore is qualified as weird. So
Yeah, the charisma in this group.
yeah. Leaves something to be desired.
Yeah. He says, I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I mean, this is all news to me. I don't.
I am not accusing you, and I am an investigator. I am an FBI investigator, so this is not a ask, but rather a command to please move out of the way. And I'm like trying to think of like things I've heard Michael say and the energy Michael brings to an interaction.
And then I think somewhat surprisingly, he goes, "Okay." I mean, I've got nothing to hide.
Great. I'm gonna look him. I think rather than waiting for him to move out of the way, I think Micro's awkward like scooch thing. As she just kind of like looks this guy in the eye, like, "Hey, this is weird." And I'm gonna go back to following my trail.
Okay.
But I'm also I do think I'm like watching out the corner of my eye, trying to figure out like, is this guy gonna make a move? His energy shifted all of a sudden.
Mhm. You follow it, and as you, it goes like under his carpet as well, and so it goes sort of like along the wall in one corner, and then it ends. It's sort of like halfway between his stereo space,
Mm.
is and it uh it has like the stereo has like a an input for a tape recorder where it would
Okay.
fit, but it's
Mm.
also like near this potted plant, and so he's sort of standing there with his arms crossed, and he says, you want something to drink? You want some food? What do you? I gave the other guy a sandwich, and he didn't. He threw lunch meat against my wall.
Why? What happened?
I have no idea. I went in the other room. I came back, and this old guy has like my bologna, and he threw it against the wall. And I came back, and I asked him why he did it, and he said it's art.
Michael fully just like takes her glasses off. And, just, like... and this is the old guy, right?
Hmm.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like all in black, and he's all like he's stammery and he's nervous and
Yeah.
talks a lot.
Yeah, but doesn't
You know,
say anything.
I'm just gonna here, and he like goes to his fridge and he takes out like a jug of milk and puts it down. He takes out like some cheese and he starts cutting it up. He's like, I'll just leave it. I feel bad if you don't eat, so I'm just gonna he's like doing all this stuff and leaves it.
You don't need to do any of that. Thank you. Can I? Okay. I'm truly on my conspiracy theorist brain. Can I look at this plant? What's up with this plant?
Thomas Manuel is chopping cheese, so he's looking the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
And you take a look at this plant, and you get in close to it, and it appears to be a plastic plant, like it's not real.
Okay.
And it has like that sort of base to it that looks like it's dirt, but it's not dirt.
Okay. Can I lift it up and see if there's like another microphone or some sort of device?
Sure. You take it and you lift it out of the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and here's what you see inside. First of all, there is a stack of audio cassettes.
Okay.
There's no label on any of them. There's no writing on the insert.
Mm-hmm.
There is a stack of papers, like about this thick, and they're clipped together.
I'm gonna try to take all of them.
Okay, you pick it up, and there is what appears to be a medallion made out of bronze.
I will take that too.
Okay, are you doing this sneaky?
I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
Good God, Micro. Why did I build you like this? What do you do well?
Yeah, she is. I mean, this
Warm
ain't her
our hearts.
bag. I would take stealth here, but if you can give me a reason to use something else, I could use that. Like, I don't know if she has stuff in criminology or.
She does. She
Okay.
does.
I mean, criminology is the knowledge of like criminal behavior. So maybe you know something about pickpocketing or.
Yeah.
something like
And
that.
I think what I'm gonna do is, as I'm doing this, since he's in the kitchen, I'm gonna ask him like, do you have pickles? I like a pickle on a sandwich, and like try to distract him.
I got sweet pickles.
Sweet pickles, not spicy.
Red flag. Red flag.
No, just sweet. Sorry.
got hot sauce? And I'm just gonna like
Yeah.
keep-
I got
Okay,
red hot.
yeah. Nice.
He grabs that.
Yeah. And
Because I'll just
so
leave it here for you. And while he's doing all that,
mhm,
you can roll me whatever check you want to roll to try and like nab these things. If you're trying to do it stealthily, he's kind of in the other room, but
mhm.
it's an open floor plan. So I'll give you a +10.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to do criminology,
Okay.
a little pickpocketing, art of
To
distraction,
hide this stuff on yourself and smuggle it out and that sort
yeah.
of thing. I just want
Oh
you to
Jesus
succeed at this.
Christ!
How'd you do?
There's no way, dog. Ayo, I got a 86 out of 30.
Well, as we said, 86 is the worst
It is
possible
true.
result.
It is the
Um,
worst possible
And
result.
so you turn around and you say, "Do you have any hot sauce?" He goes, "Yeah." And then you lose these tapes, slip out of your grasp, and they just go clattering to the floor.
God, okay.
And he comes back in holding this jar of hot sauce or a bottle of hot sauce.
Mhm.
And he goes, "What are you doing?"
What are these?
They look like cassette tapes.
Do you not know what these are? They're in your room.
Cassette tapes. No, I don't know what those are.
So they're not yours.
No.
Okay then. And I'm gonna scoop them up.
I will say, I will add to this, and I think that Mythic saw this too, but just so you know.
Yes, I was gonna say the
Um,
food. I want to look at the
Well,
I don't
that
know.
too. That too. But uh, just so you know, looking around, these shelves in his apartment have no published cassettes, compact discs, nothing to go with this stereo equipment.
Why is this guy
He
such
goes,
a fucking weirdo?
he goes, "Those aren't mine, but I don't appreciate you looking through my stuff." Are you like are you trying to plant evidence?
I'm not trying to plant evidence. There's evidence in your plant.
Wow. Catchphrase number 2.
I got them zingers today, baby.
Wow,
I'm on it.
Liv, you are hot. Why are all my
I'm
friends so good with catchphrases?
I'm so hot. I'm so sexy. I'm so funny, and other things to say about me.
Liv, so hot right now.
Yes, yes. So he goes, "I think you need to go. Do you have a number for like a supervisor that I can call?"
No,
And he walks toward the phone.
I do not. I'm gonna grab all the stuff and just my supervisor is the person that you spoke to before. If you would like to speak with him, I will send him your way.
The crazy guy?
Yeah.
He stammers, like he doesn't know what to do. Right? He's like looking at his phone, like, should I call the cops?
I am the cops. Not really, actually.
He goes, you need to get out of my apartment. And he's like making this clear, like this is your chance to either leave
Mhm.
or he's going to.
I'm taking this stuff and I'm leaving. I'm taking this stuff.
Okay. So
Mhm.
you grab all this stuff and like he's watching you baffled because he generally doesn't seem to know what this stuff is. So it's almost
Okay.
like I came in. It's almost like I went into your hotel room carrying a bunch of random crap and then like, well, I'm leaving with this, and then I turn around and leave. But he watches you walk out, and then you see him like as you're leaving, he goes back to start like putting the plant back together. You carry this stuff across the hall?
Yeah, because there's a stereo or radio or something in Abigail's room, right?
There are some things there.
Wait,
You
no,
go back
it's
into
like
her
mega
apartment.
haunted. It's mega haunted.
Well, it is a little bit mega haunted, but also you get in there and some of the things that the FBI initially pulled off of the wall is like there's a Walkman, a Discman, that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, I'll take one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, I'll take one of those. And I'm gonna. First of all, if there's already a cassette in there, I'm gonna check it and see what's going on. But if there isn't, I'm gonna start listening to some of these tapes because none of them are labeled, right?
You open it up, and there it's empty,
Mm-hmm.
and you stick one of those tapes in there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like headphones. It appears to still have some battery life in it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah. Liv, I gotta know because sometimes I know it's tough for you. Are you in Roll20 audio?
I'm in Roll20, but Roll20 audio never works for me. I've tried to fix
Okay.
it, and
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
doesn't work.
You start listening to these tapes,
Mhm.
and
I'm gonna mute so I can listen on the stream.
well,
But
there's no. I'm not gonna put any audio on for
oh,
you
okay.
because, for the most part, it's silence. It's room noise,
Hmm.
right? Um, and that could mean that he just taped your apartment and nobody was there. But yeah, like and you realize that if I'm gonna find anything worth listening to, it's gonna take me a long time, and even then, there's no guarantee.
God's above.
Mhm.
And
But you
play.
got somewhere to start.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, do you want to look at any of those other items, either the stack of papers or the medallion?
yeah. Let me look at the medallion. What's up with that?
What's up with that? The medallion is this very nice curio,
Mm-hmm.
and it's excellently made,
Mm.
and it has a hinge. You can open it to lock it.
Oh. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I pop it open.
Mhm. You open it up, and it looks like it once held two pictures inside,
Mm.
but on one side, it's been scraped away, and there's a little bit of glue and paper left. On the other
Okay.
side, there's a picture of a beautiful woman with long brown hair wearing clothing from somewhere near the turn of the 20th century.
Hmm.
And there's like swirls and rosettes and
Filigree and all that.
yep, what have
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you don't know for sure. You need some sort of expert in jewelry or something to look over.
Okay. And then I'm gonna look at the stack of papers, please.
Excellent. I love it. Um, you open up this stack of papers, and it appears to be a script
Okay.
for um, some sort of a play.
Okay.
And on the front of this, there is um, a symbol. And this symbol sort of has looping angles, and it sort of chops back and forth. When you see this symbol,
Mm.
you find it fascinating. You've never seen something like this before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something, how could a symbol hold your attention like this? Roll me a sanity check.
Oh, fun. Hot, funky, and fresh. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I succeeded.
Okay. Um,
Nice.
you sort of shake your head, and you turn to open up the page. No
Mm-hmm.
sanity loss, and it is a play. It's like
Is
this
it good?
play about um, well, you begin to read it, and at first it kind of moves a little bit slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about these people who are going to a ball or something like that, and uh, it's like let me find a summary of it here for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're excited to go to this ball because there's going to be a king there, and everybody who goes to this play needs to wear a mask. um, and within the scope of the play, it begins to like delve into these sort of nonsensical things, but they're still compelling. And the more you read, the more you want to read it.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you that at this point, because you succeeded on that sanity check,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you decide. Do you keep reading? Or do you want to make another search roll and go back to cataloging?
I've been cataloging all goddamn day. I deserve a break. I'm gonna keep reading.
You deserve a break. I love it. You are reading, and throughout the plot, it eventually gets to this point where all of these people arrive at a ball, and there is this person, the king, who arrives, and he's wearing this tattered gold robe
Mm.
and a mask, an alabaster mask. And apparently there's this idea that at the end of this party, someone is going to ring a gong, and everybody needs to remove their mask. But then this stranger, the king, when they turn to him and say, "You need to remove your mask," he says, "I have no mask."
No mask.
They say, "No mask?" And I need you to make me another sanity roll.
You, sir, should unmask. Indeed.
I wear no mask.
I wear no mask.
Just with that line. It's great.
Jesus.
Oh no, that was
Lord.
complete opposite. You
I know. I swing in both ways. I got a 9 on the, and then I got a 98 out of 70 on the second one.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Love it.
We're going to take a quick pause and refresh and figure out what happens to Micro from this point forward. But we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Go ahead, and if you haven't retweeted the tweets from the Lost Caravan Twitter account, go ahead and do that. Tell folks to come by, and we'll see you very soon. Okay? See you in a minute. Bye. Everyone, welcome back. We are back with Impossible Landscapes. Look, we have 4 agents. Look, we got another one. And we're so thrilled about that. It turns out that Colin was in character, and
I've been here the whole time.
And Mythic was just doing something, being Mythic, and now he shows up, which is great.
I'm very method.
Yeah, you are. You're very method. That should have been your agent name. Agent Method.
A method man, if you will.
A method man. MCL ain't nothing to fuck with. Well, actually, that's not true, because I'm about to fuck with MCL.
What
because,
is it here tonight? Like,
I don't know. We are just zinging tonight. But Liv, Agent Micro is reading this play, and I'm going to sort of tell you what happens as you look through the pages of this work. The impressions that you're left with are that it's compelling, that you want to know more, but mostly it feels incomplete. It looks like it's been typewritten on a typewriter somewhere, but it feels like it's not bound, but it also just feels like there's parts that are missing or wrong or off. Still, it's so compelling that you are going to take a point of sanity damage, 1 point. And also you are just compelled to find out more. Like, you've got to get a copy of this thing. Like, you've got to.
This is one of the best things I've ever fucking read. My
Exactly.
God.
And as you're there sitting on the floor, looking over this play and looking back and forth, maybe there's a part you missed. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just flipping back and forth. I think that's where we see Mythic arrive. Colin, do you want to describe how Mythic enters the place to be?
He's been drinking.
Whoop.
You smell him before you see him. It is what, noon?
Yeah.
Where are we at? Okay,
right.
yep, no, that checks out. Okay, yeah, he's been drinking. And you're in Abigail's apartment, right? Am I
Yeah. I'm
right?
sorry. I'm lip reading Liv, who I think is doing Hamilton. Because I said in the place to be, but maybe not. I don't know.
No, I said, is this like an Irish coffee situation? Are we like cracking a beer open at 7 at the same time as the alarm
Beer.
clock?
Went to a bodega for a
It's
different reason.
Mythic usually, I mean, it should be mentioned that Mythic
Mhm.
has a cloud of cigarette smell around him at most times anyway. So like
Yeah.
you usually feel there's sort of like a moving force field that you can feel yourself run into when you hit
Yeah.
Mythic's cigarette.
Dude smells like
shield.
tar. Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
the Linus of carcinogenics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
The pig pen. The pig
Pig
pen.
pen.
The
Pig
pig
pen.
pen,
Yeah,
yeah.
pig pen.
My inspiration here, by the way, is the actor Sean Penn, who I always just thought, like, looking at him, I smell cigarettes. It's just
Mhm.
permanent. Like he
Mhm.
looks like he smells like cigarettes. So Mythic and Mythic chain smoke. So he comes in, he's smoking, and you also get the smell of like he was maybe drinking a liquor and spilled it on himself, so it's like on his jacket or something.
Did you just say a
And-
liquor?
A liquor. It doesn't matter what it was. It was a liquor.
That's a Phineas Rutt line, but go ahead.
That is a very. That was stuff. He would order one alcohol, but
One alcohol.
yeah, he
Phineas,
had like
our
a
king.
bless. So, like it's probably like a Mythic stopped at a liquor store and got himself like a little like hip flask of something that he hastily drank and spilled it on his jacket. So
Mhm.
he doesn't. I mean, he like okay. This is the way he enters is like he leans against the door and then opens it and then falls in and like looks around expecting to see everyone and sees just you. You're here. You're here. We work together. Hi, what you doing?
What is your problem?
How much time you got?
I immediately
I
just
mean-
go back to reading the play because obviously I don't really actually care. Not when I have this book. Not when I have this play.
Okay. Well, now that I have your attention,
Shh. Shh.
did she just fucking shush me?
Micro.
What?
You are looking through the play and you find a page that stands out
Mm.
as being unusual.
Mhm.
It's sort of like most of the play describes a city called Carcosa, and this
Mm.
king and somebody named Hastur, and like all this weird stuff. But then you find one that stands out. I'm going to put it into your journals, all of you. And what I'd like for us to have a dramatic reading of this page.
Ooh,
All right?
fun.
Yeah. So there we go. It looks like this. And if we can have the roll 20 up, I can put it up on there too so everyone can see it.
Ooh, okay, can we call characters?
Yeah. So we have the characters involved are Mark Rourke,
Yeah.
That guy.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas,
Mm.
Michelle,
And then a narrator looks like, right?
and a dog.
Oh, and a dog.
And there's a narrator. I'll be the dog, just to
Oh.
solve that.
Okay.
And if the narrator can read the stage directions as well. So let's go around. You're the one reading, Liv, so you get to pick first. Who do you want to be?
Oh no. I'll be Michelle.
I see. Okay. You'll
I
be
haven't
Michelle.
read this at all. I don't know.
Nope. And what about Castle? Who do you want to be?
I will be
Did you say narrator?
I'll be the
The
narrator.
narrator for Casa. Okay,
Mhm.
sounds
Yeah.
great. What about Turk?
I refuse categorically to be associated with Mark Rourke. So I will be Thomas.
That gives Colin the very juicy role of Mark Rourke.
And I accept categorically anything that Turk refuses categorically to do. So, perfect.
Here we go. Kessa, if you will.
Okay. The smoking lounge, a large parlor on the 4th floor. In the room are the dog, Thomas, and Michelle. Enter Mark Rourke.
Abigail is gone. She moved upstairs today.
And
I missed the kid.
Her dad, that pig, came around. She doesn't like you, Mark. No one likes you. Anyway, she ran off with that salesman. Everyone knows it.
I have to say this.
Yes,
Fuck
you
you,
have to say
cunt.
come on, guys, come on.
Woof, woof, woof.
Someone is heard coming up the steps, a loud racket reverberating up and down the staircase.
Who is that?
Everyone stops to listen.
Who could be down there? Who is that?
Mark steps to the doorway and leans to look down the stairs.
Hello? Hello?
Enter federal agents.
This is quite a play.
This describes what happened the day
Yeah.
you got there.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
So, Liv, you just read that, and I'm dancing around the room drunk. So do tell me what happened.
I'll tell you. I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that first, Liv. After reading this play, I need another sanity check from you.
Yeah, no, that's so fair. That's so fair.
In keeping with a recurring, kind of almost running gag at this point of what's happening, while you're zeroed in on this, Mythic is talking. The
Yeah,
entire
of course.
time.
Of course.
None of
Naturally.
it can be heard by the audience or you. It
Yeah,
is just.
Yes. Oh, thank God. Okay, I got a 4.
Okay,
I got
you're
a 4 out
fine.
of 69.
You love this play, and although you feel like it could be better, there's
Yeah.
more out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But this part about apparently the tenants of the building and the dog, like, is it's a unique turn, and you're very happy about it. And Mythic keeps talking.
Have we seen a dog or heard a dog since we got here?
I have.
Okay.
Do you say that out loud? Is Micro asking that, like, bemusedly
Yeah,
out
no,
loud?
I think I would say it out loud. I think Micro's like very weird state. She's in her own mythic state. God, and I do think she would. Have we
So
seen
he's
a
in the
dog?
middle. He is literally spinning around at the moment, cigarette in hand, when you say, "Have we seen a dog?"
Yeah.
And he's. Oh. Yeah, I heard a dog. There's a dog upstairs.
There's a dog in this play. And we're in this play too.
What?
Get over here. And I, like-
Stumbles his way over.
Yeah. I immediately, like, my nose. What the
So-
fuck have you been doing all day?
I had a very serious adult interaction that you would not understand until you're older. And then I started drinking.
I am an adult, and I'm adult enough to know that you shouldn't just immediately start drinking a hard conversation.
You don't know. You don't get. What are you? Show me the play. What's in the play?
I shove it at his chest.
All
You
right.
look this over.
All right. So she just said we're in this. So what he's specifically looking at is like, okay, do I see my
That
name in
page?
here? Do I see?
Do you have that page open? Is that like the page you?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
open
what
to,
I
yeah.
shove.
Yeah.
And you see what we just read. But it also feels like it doesn't fit in. Like it's almost like there's this one plot and then this branches off. Yeah, but that's while you get a drunken glance.
I mean, like, it's like I'm excited because like this is a really interesting twist for the story, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I have never read something this good, and I do a lot of reading, but like, obviously, this means something else, right? Like, this means something more.
What's? Hold on. Back up. You actually are a person I know who reads books and stuff. So you sort of know what you're talking about, I guess.
Yeah.
So tell me what's so special about this? Why do you like this?
Ooh. I think. I mean, you know Micro pretty well. You know Micro's different moods, like her erratic, nervous energy, but also like her ability to be very sharp, very focused, very honed, very technical. So I think more than anybody, you would be very concerned when Micro just looks up at you with an empty look in her eyes and says, "It's just good."
Can I please roll a cult?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right, I got a 60 in this. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
What?
Don't say that. Oh, never mind. It's all
For
fine.
once, I get an 8.
Excellent.
Yay!
What question are you hoping to answer with that roll?
That wide-eyed look that she just gave me, I know is not normal Micro. So what I'm trying to answer is she under the influence of something otherworldly?
With an 8, do you think that there's a high likelihood of that? But her expression, this emptiness, it's not just like robotic, right? It seems like she's inspired. Like this is giving her ideas. Like she wants to create. And not only that, but that emptiness that you see behind her eyes, it feels like she's a vessel that wants to be filled.
We're just really doing a lot of that's what she said, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
All my
vibe.
friends are super hot and cool.
All my friends are so
All my-
hot and so
all my-
cool.
All my friends are vessels that want to be filled.
And
All
they-
my friends. All
Let
my
I
me
want that on a
listeners.
t-shirt. He kind of like is she like where is she? Is she like sitting on the floor? Is she what's it? He sits down on the floor like across from her and like does like a little like crisscross applesauce and just kind of like your cool youth pastor getting down on the floor with you, like, all right, let's talk about Jesus. And he's
Spins
like,
a chair around. If there were chairs, there's no furniture.
if there were chairs, he would spin a chair. So yeah, you know who else really believes in you?
The King in Yellow.
So-
Hey, hey,
This
stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Do you know who else is a service top with 12 bratty bottoms? Oh shit! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't
You
make
broke
that
us.
specific joke.
You broke us.
How I can't work in any condition.
Everyone, deep breath. Deep breath.
Oh god.
So he sits.
Liv, you're on it
down
tonight.
across from you. And okay, I'm still holding it.
Yeah.
Is this a? By the way, is this a book? Is this a packet of paper? What is this?
This
A
is
folio?
a stack of loose sheets of paper. About the only page you've looked at. But looking at it, it's like this thick, and it's short. You know, apparently Micro has read the whole thing.
Micro.
Yeah.
Remind me again, Liv. 'Cause I'm sorry, I don't remember. Her real name. I can't remember.
Oh
the spelling.
yeah. Leanne.
Leanne. Micro, and then he stops himself. Leanne. I'm gonna hold on to this, okay?
How would I feel about that?
You not only feel okay with that, you feel great about that. Not only should he hold on to it, he should.
You should read it.
I thought you might say that. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I will.
Like as soon as possible. With second. Like, honestly, I'm waiting for Michael and my team to get here because it's the only reason I'm reading in the first place. So you should read it while.
He's just the alcohol is still coursing in his brain, but he's just like, this is gonna be a lot, isn't it? Okay. Oh, okay. No, I will tell them all about it, and thank you for sharing it with me. I
Mhm.
appreciate that so very much. I can't even tell you, Ian. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna
Let's.
put this away now, and
Yeah.
he just like puts it in his jacket pocket.
Um.
I'll look at it later. I promise.
Okay. I mean, it's not done. So it's like God, I hate that. Don't you hate that? Like I know that like book series are a thing, but it's not done. So I
So do I. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. But I'll take a look at it for sure.
Mhm.
Promise.
And the two of you go back to cataloging. I want to jump over to the other two as they are arriving at the Art Life building. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You arrive at this building, and again, it's like 10 blocks away from the McAllistar. It is nondescript. It's not super fancy. Just a small office building. It's nice. I mean, it's like kind of modernist, I guess, is the word I would use for it. But you can just sort of walk right into a lobby. And there's a small desk with some temp or somebody working behind it. Who do you ask for, and how do you introduce yourselves? That's the important part.
Before we walk in, I'll probably tell Michael that we're looking for Cynthia. Got her last name. I didn't write it down.
LeChance,
LeChan.
the most TTRPG name of all TTRPG names. Right, Cynthia LeChance. Got it. All right.
There's
What's
a little
our
back and forth where they
Yeah.
say, do you have an appointment? And stuff like that. And do you need us to validate your parking?
Oh, no,
We
thank
walked
you.
here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we just took a little spin around very walkable city. Yeah. Forgive me, this is Agent Abbott. I'm Agent Costello. Done that one. I haven't done that one yet, have I? I have a list.
No,
Okay.
you got it. You got it, buddy. You got it. Lock it down, Turk.
Yeah, if we could speak with Miss LeChance.
He said, just a moment. Wait here. And they go back, and eventually a woman emerges who you believe to be Cynthia LeChance. And she is a woman in her 40s, African American. I've got, I'll drop a little picture of her. I've been putting pictures in your journals now.
I have seen, and I only
Like
freaked
it.
out a little bit.
I feel like it adds something, right? So this is Cynthia LeChance here. Everyone get that? I did a little pop-up, but I'll put it in your journals as well. She comes out with a smile on her face. Happy to meet you. And she says, "Hi, can I help you?"
We take it.
No,
Take
no,
it
I
out.
actually can't remember. You know best. People respect.
We were curious. We're working a case involving the McAllistar building
Case?
and a disappearance of someone who lived there.
Well, I'm sorry, nobody told me. Are you with the police?
FBI.
Oh, and she sort of looks at us. She goes, "Are we in? Okay, is there's a missing person?"
Yes.
There's no need to be concerned. We want to make sure it doesn't get any.
You see, a realization sort of sweep over her face, and she says, "Is this? This is about Abigail Wright, isn't it?"
Exactly. You don't seem surprised.
No, the police came and talked to me. I mean, I knew Miss Wright a little, and the other tenants too. I rented the apartments out to them. We want to support artists, and that's why we kind of do what we do here at Art Life. Um,
Cynthia, how many tenants do you have in that building?
in that building, there are no, this is Justin doing the math. There are, including Miss Wright, there's 5.
Just 5.
Yes, Miss Wright, Mr. Manuel, Mr. Post, Mr. Caroon, and Mrs. Van Fitz.
Yeah, we talked to most of them. Um,
Oh.
how many? So the rest of the rooms are empty. Are you looking for tenants at the moment, or?
Yes, we don't, you know, we're not in it to make money, but we do give out grants for artists to come live there. Uh, of course, there's a problem right now. I've never had to evict a whole building before.
I'm sorry, you're evicting the entire McAllistar building?
I mean, we have to. It's been 2.5 months without any payments from anyone.
No one's paid anything in 2.5 months, even though they've been living there.
No, we've already sent it to a collection agency. I tried going there. I tried talking to everyone, but no one would talk to me. I have to be honest. I like to put a silver lining on things. It'll be nice to have an empty building. We can rent those out to other people. Maybe we'll rethink the art grant type of thing.
No one's paid.
All of these tenants moved in at different times, and they just didn't pay.
Well, I mean, no, they've been paying.
When
They
did the
were-
payments stop?
Oh, like I said, like 2 to 3 months ago.
But they didn't tell you anything. They didn't say that they were struggling with payment.
First we sent reminders, and then late notices, and then I went myself, and they won't talk to me at all.
But you had a good relationship with them.
Yes, I mean we weren't friends. I don't like to say landlord. I was the overseer of the complex, but I mean I'm the only landlord type figure they would talk to.
And they didn't contact you at all, any demands. That's obviously a red flag.
Oh yes, of course, and that's why we we gave them some leeway, but we were concerned, and we still are. But I mean, we have to do something.
When are you expecting to finally evict them?
Oh, it will happen within days.
Days.
Of course, likely tied in with our own personal deadline. We've been cataloging some items in Abigail Wright's apartment. I assume we'll be allowed to continue if your evictions need to go through while we're working.
Well, we won't evict you.
Very kind.
That was a joke.
No, of course.
No, you can obviously proceed, but what is today? The 11th. The eviction's scheduled for the 15th.
Could you give us an idea of the artists you have in the building currently? Any projects in particular they've been working on? How in depth does your agreements typically go?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we like to support art. I haven't really pried into what they're doing. I know that Miss Wright was a painter. She was mildly successful, which is why this is surprising. She wasn't impoverished or anything. Let's see, Mr. Caroon is a novelist, I believe. Science fiction. Mr. Post did cartoons or something. Manuel, I believe he was a painter as well, or is a painter. And Miss Van Fitz is a poet. I've read some of her work. It's not groundbreaking.
Right. So
From that, Martini would try to, get her a little bit more comfortable and start talking about what kind of poetry are you into?
Oh, I like lots of modern poets, but I'm a big fan of the classics. I like Rilke, and she just like makes small talk and blah 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 blah, but honestly, Miss Van Fitz, it's like she's trying to be Sylvia Plath, but she's not.
oh, who could be?
I'm
Well, we
sorry. Were there
are.
more questions?
Yeah, actually, do you have any of the blueprints or schematics for the building?
Yeah.
Blueprints.
Any information on the building when you
Uh,
signed off an agreement, or
just a moment. I'll see what I can do. And she goes into a back room. I have to see because I think she might actually. Let me see. She comes back and says, "No, unfortunately, we don't keep a copy here. They're on record at City Hall."
understood? Well, I suppose I have to ask why the McAllistar building. Was that just because it's available, or?
Partially, it was. Let's see. We bought it. Oh my goodness, a while ago, 1960s, somewhere in the mid 60s, from a corporation, some holding corporation out of Delaware, called the Star Corporation, I think. Um, and it was a good property. It was in a good location. It's near the village. Lots of artists looking for places to live, and we thought we were doing a good charitable thing, and it worked for a while. But I don't know what happened. Drugs, um, uh, something. I'm not sure, but you have to tell me. Do you think Miss Wright is okay?
We certainly hope so.
We can't
Well, I
give
do too.
anything away at this point, but
Yeah.
we'll let you
Yep.
know as soon as we find out.
All right. Well, thank you. Do you need your parking validated?
You are entirely too kind. We walked.
Oh.
Thank you, though.
She gives you this. She goes, "Oh, you," like that. She does a little "Oh, you," and she says, well, unless there's anything else, we're here Monday through Friday if you need any."
We'll definitely come back if we have any more questions.
Well, not
Actually,
until Monday. Today
yes.
is Friday.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yes,
I-
Columbo.
Thank you. The manager of the building, the night manager,
The what?
the management staff. You have them
That's
on
me.
ground. You're the manager.
I'm the only manager. Yes.
There's no night manager.
What? Why would there
I'm
be a night manager?
Sorry, we spoke with some of the residents and they mentioned a night manager letting them into the basement. I assumed
That doesn't make any sense.
a misunderstanding, I'm sure. Likely some agreement. Forget I said anything.
If there's somebody, you know what? Never mind.
No, exactly. Clear from your mind. We'll be on site, so if anything untoward is happening, you rest assured we'll let you know.
But it just sounded like you were surprised. You don't hire any cleaning staff or anything outsourced?
We have some workers under contract maintenance to clean, but they haven't been allowed inside the apartments except for the vacant ones. So they've mostly been sticking to the stairwells, and I keep on trying to get them to clean up the mailroom in front, but it's kind of a disaster.
Well, we'll make sure that we don't leave too much of a mess.
I appreciate that very much.
Of course. I think
She
we're
gives
all...
you her card with
Yeah.
her office phone number on it. And you part ways.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't entirely unhelpful, but
I don't think we'll get anything officials. Yes.
Both of our locations thus far point us towards City Hall. It seems like we have a timeline to deal with as well. It's good to know at least.
On the way, we should also get some, I don't know, communication advice. Seems kind of hard. We can't tell them what we know. They can't tell us. Oh.
Yeah, Cassie, your mic is a little bit.
Hello, hello.
There we
Oh
go.
my
There
god,
we
so
go.
much better. Yeah, wow,
Much
there you
better,
go.
okay.
But I did hear you. I
Yeah,
agree,
communication.
but
A pager. I used to have one, but I don't know where it went.
yeah, probably left somewhere in the Middle East.
Yeah. It's probably
Yeah,
not good,
it's a
but
mess of a spot. Anyway,
It was about 2, 3 in the afternoon. You
We have
you
a-
can head towards City Hall, pass some sort of small electronics shop, and get some pagers.
we
How many did you
could
get?
4.
we could get 4, or we could get burners.
Could do that too.
Yeah, we're 4 burners. Yeah. 2,
95. I mean, they're chunky. You know, they're not sleek by any means, but you could have sort of cell phone stuff.
Mm-hmm. Just yeah, let's take a quick jump into City Hall, see if we can't get some blueprints and
Yep.
Nice.
pick
You
it
head
up
that
from
way.
there.
But meanwhile, back at the apartment, Micro is still sort of thinking about that play and, lazily
It's just
cataloging
so
socks
fucking
again.
good. It's just so good.
It's so good. Wouldn't a complete copy be great? Yeah, it would. Finished copy. I'd like Mythic to make me a search roll as he looks around the room. Drunkenly.
God,
I won't
would it
even
be good?
penalize you for being drunk because I think that whole thing
If
sobered him up a
he-
little bit.
If
He's probably
he
better when he's drunk.
gets this roll, I'm literally throwing my computer out this window.
Liv failed both her search rolls.
Ooh.
Well,
Your computer is safe.
Yeah, we get to live another
computer is
day.
I just
Um,
barely failed it though, unfortunately.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 71. I have a 64 in search. I'm actually good at that.
Well, I need to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I
it's a-
say he should get an extra 10% because he's actually better
drunk?
when he's drunk.
You know what? I like it. So, yes. That's a success. You start scanning the walls. Is there anything specific that you're looking for? I mean, there's lots of pieces of random paper for the most part.
Yeah.
Some big, some small, anything like, I want something that has to do with this, or is...
So he's freaked out by what just happened with Micro. He knows that there's something probably sinister about whatever's written, and it's not the first time he would have encountered something where the idea that you can read something and it can start to leach into your brain is like not a foreign idea to him. So he, having seen what happened, what was kind of weirdly going on with Micro right now, he does not want to actually read the thing that he just put in his pocket.
Gotcha.
But he, I think he asks Micro for a brief synopsis of like the important highlights of what was in that. And then he looks
Liv,
for
would you
things
like
sort of
me to do
panic.
that?
Just Cthulhu abridged, Spark Notes on Cthulhu.
Liv, you are muted, my darling.
Sorry, wrong mute was selected.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's this party, and everybody's going, and everybody's wearing a mask party, except for the king. But the king, wait, sorry, I'm ruining it. But the king is wearing a mask, and it's like this alabaster mask, right? Yeah. And so, and so he goes to the party, and it's like time for everybody to unmask, and everybody unmasks except for the king. And then they're like, unmask, king, and he's like, I can't. And they're like, but you need to unmask, and he's like, I can't. And that's all I have.
I love you, Liv.
What? Okay.
That was the most cheerful rendition of The King in Yellow ever.
And that was the best thing you've ever read, huh? That was... Wow. Okay. Well. Thanks. Thank you for that. Ugh. Okay, so he like is gonna cast about for things that relate to that.
Gotcha. He's so you sort of cast around, and you're looking up and down. And you're like, okay, weird, mind wipey, play party, occulty junk.
Involving
And so
kings and masks.
Yes, preferably with kings and masks. And you don't, of course, I mean, you don't see anything that says, kings and masks here, right?
Look here.
Look here for kings and masks. But
Looking for common symbols. And
Kings, masks, and other things.
sure. You do come across what appears to be a torn sheet of linen parchment, and it has a symbol on it.
Which is?
You are careful with what this symbol might be, but you look at it and it looks like it is. Well, shoot, I'll show you in roll 20.
Oh, okay.
Well, dang, yeah. Let me do that. Let's see here.
You doing a pop-up thing, or you put in the journal?
I will do a little bit of bothy.
A
Ooh.
little bit of bothie. Okay.
A little bit of one too.
I asked
Porque no
because I
los
never seem to see
dos?
when the pop-ups come up.
Yeah, hold on.
Ah, ooh. Oh, what have we? Oh.
This is what it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. So you get a look at this thing, and it looks like it's written in golden ink on this linen sheet, and it's tacked up against the wall with a thumbtack.
Linen. Is this like vellum? Like.
A little bit, yeah. And in fact,
Okay.
I'm
I'm very good at history. Can
Well,
I?
here's the thing: is what that occult roll do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is
Wait,
definitely the symbol of the order of Saint such and such, or who gives a
You
fuck.
want me to roll an occult, or do you?
Exactly
Are you...
that.
I'm asking, what's your score? What's your occult score?
Oh, I have a 60 in occult.
Oh, okay, great. With a 60, you don't even need to roll on this.
Hmm.
I don't think. Let me check. Let me double check. Yeah, you recognize this,
And I'm better when I'm drunk. So.
and you're better when you're drunk.
Yeah.
And it is a sigil or seal that would be used in demonology, but with a 60, you specifically know that this is the symbol of a demon in occult lore known as Person. P-U-R-S-O-N. And there's the letters right around the outside.
Yeah, I
of it,
see that.
you know?
Yeah. Person.
Person.
And,
So one possesses like person.
No one
and-
eats out your guts and spits them on the wall like.
And not only that, you know that there's some books that deal with demonology that describe this demon. You don't know specifically what they are, but you also know, and you're thinking this, I think, just as you look down at Micro, you were just having a conversation last week with someone who said that they found a website that lists a bunch of demons, and you remember what the web address is, and Person was specifically mentioned. And in true mid-90s fashion, the URL for this website is demonweb101.com.
.net.
You could go
Found
there
it on
and
the
look
World
at it.
Wide Web.
But even better, for us, real people playing this game, you're welcome to go there and look at it.
Wait,
It's
what?
an active website.
Wait, repeat that. Demon what?
Point your browsers.
The malware. The
Everyone's-
malware. Everyone knows.
That
Oh,
is
no.
demon.
It's gonna be an Angel Fire site.
Demonweb101.com. It's a 90s
Demonweb.
website.
Oh,
101.com.
good God.
People
Oh.
in chat, you can go there too. Get a
Whoa.
tab open.
Oh, it's a 90s website, all right.
Whoa.
Yo.
Wow.
Oh boy, howdy.
And
I had to shut off my dark reader. It was unreadable. Holy shit.
Wow.
Liv's favorite dating site is up and running.
Yeah.
There's a
Um,
demon in my computer, and he's got a cute butt.
That's why I got so excited when Liv said that at the beginning of the session today.
No way! Oh my god,
Um,
that's so fun.
Now the question is that you don't have this in front of you, but you know it exists,
Mm.
and the bigger question is, do you tell Micro? And we'll leave you with that decision as you think about it.
I mean, who do you
And
think
we'll-
maintains this fucking webpage? Just saying.
If this is your website, I will quit.
It's not me. The others, which are Michael and Martini, arrive at the city hall. You're looking specifically for blueprints of the McAllistar building. Is there anything else you'd like to see while you're here?
Of course. there
History
is.
of building.
History behind it? Okay.
Yeah,
behind-
the history of the McAllister building that we need and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Henry
You arrive
Long
at City
Bean.
Hall. I'm assuming one of you has a bureaucracy over 20%. $20 or higher.
30.
Anything?
Martini?
I think I have 30. Bureaucracy. Yeah, 30. Mine's
Great.
30.
That's good because Martini, you get in there and have to deal with take a number, wait your turn,
But I
talk to a
charm
clerk.
my way.
You charm your way in, and the clerk there informs you that to access these blueprints will cost you $200.
Jeez.
Hit.
Mhm.
I look at Michael and say, I don't have that cash on me right now. I could go get it.
No. Stop. Look, we didn't want to have to bring this into it, but we are investigating this as part of a ongoing case into a missing persons. Now, we can go and get a warrant for these files, or we can save ourselves all a load of trouble, and you can just let us look at them right now.
You
And
can
just
bill
like-
the FBI later.
Pull a
Send
mythic.
a receipt.
I mean, yeah,
Save your receipts.
if
Always save the receipts.
if
We
need be. Yeah.
expense.
Now, again, I don't want to tie this facility down in red tape and, have to get us all litigious, but simple request.
Is that me?
Oh yeah, no, I'm
You're talking to the clerk.
talking to the clerk, trying to
Make me a roll.
persuade. I'll try and persuade. That seems like a good trick. It was a good trick. 40 out of 41.
She sort of huffs and she says, I can get you a copy.
A copy would be greatly appreciated.
And she scuttles off and comes back with like a big tube,
Love tubes.
and with it she hands you a stack of papers about this thick as opposed to that clay. And she sort of plops that in front of you and says, she says, I better not get in trouble for this.
No. Don't worry. It's fine.
Fine. And so you take it off to a corner somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
bring it out. There's the layout of the McAllistar building. I have these somewhere. I'll send them to you later. But from all you can see, it's as you know it. There's no sign of a fourth floor. anything like that. No marks in there about weirdness, nothing strange or out of the ordinary. And you do, in that stack of papers, most of it's mundane. There's the original permit from 1921. It's marked as the Lundeen House. There's a permit from 1953 where it was refitted to be an apartment building. And then, as you're paging through all this stuff, you come across an odd item. There is a piece of stationery in there, cream-colored. And the heading says, Hotel Broadalbin. Broadalbin. And it says New York City below it. There's no address. And on this stationery is a handwritten note that was written in a ballpoint pen, the ink of which has long since faded. And all it says is, I saw the rooms tonight at dusk.
No other drawing or
Nothing else.
no smudges.
No.
This isn't great. Hotel
Broad
Broadalbin.
Should we look
Broadalbin.
up?
I don't think you'll find anything on it. Or rather, I already know its significance.
Do you think that's the upstairs?
Potentially. It could be, but more importantly, it's where Garibaldi stayed. Most likely. The B. I have the books. I have my tote bag. Facts and logic.
Bring out the book, flip it open. There's that picture of Asa Darabandi, the architect and child murderer, standing outside a hotel with big B emblazoned on the door by Madison Square Park.
We haven't bothered to look there yet. But
That's our next step, I guess. I don't think anything, like I said, official is tell us what's going on.
probably not.
upstairs.
Of course not. But he does look at his watch to check because we did promise a 5 p.m. meetup at McAllistar.
You think if you leave right now and take a cab, you can get to Madison Square Park and back to the apartment by 5.
All right, roll it up. We'll get us. We'll regroup where we can.
We're gonna keep going. You jump in the cab. You go across town, and finally reach that place with the eternal light flagstaff, still standing like it was in that picture in the reflection. Stand there, and what I need from you is, I guess it would be an int times 5 to see if you can position yourselves to figure out where the picture would be from, given the reflection.
Ooh. Damn. All right. Failure 91 out of 65.
Yeah. It's impossible to determine, and it would take you walking all the way around this block. What about Martini?
Success. 54 out of 80.
Nice. You triangulate this using your knowledge of flying airplanes and figure out, okay, well, if the reflection reflected the flagstaff here, then the hotel is here. And you turn, there is no hotel. You see buildings standing there that must have been standing there since the turn of the century. But there's no hotel or anything that looks like that picture to be found.
Doesn't look like a doctored picture, so I'm assuming something's. Help me out here, Michael. I'm not that well versed in the occult and the things that you can't really see that well. Have you come across anything that isn't there but is there at some times? What if it's only there during certain times, like at night? A full moon? Blue moon?
The note did mention dusk,
Dusk?
which would imply the absence of light, but there's a lot of things that we can feel but not see, Martini.
Well. Right. Thanks for that.
I'll spare you the theology, but either way, whatever the hotel brothel bin was, it's no longer here, or never was.
So how is it caught in a picture?
An excellent question.
The camera? Maybe.
Camera was provided by the police and the FBI, I believe, right?
The picture from the book, I think she's referring.
Oh, the camera, perhaps. It could have been special, but it seems this Darabandi character has a lot to account for. Many sins and more mysteries.
Speaking of sins and mysteries,
Oh no.
let's jump back to the others. This piece of linen still tacked to the wall. Mythic, you're standing there looking at it in a little bit of a tipsy, just coming out of it, stupor, thinking about that website. And what are websites anyway? And who cares? They probably won't last. But you know the micro loves them.
It's a bubble that's gonna burst. He
No, it's not.
he stares at the wall and he puts like both hands on it like a really drunk guy at a urinal just trying to focus.
Yep.
And he leans in to that image and then reads around it, and it dawns on him. I mean, there's been weird shit happening the entire time, and he hasn't been one to dismiss what's been happening. He just hasn't had an adequate explanation for this point. But fuckery with demons, of course, it's fuckery with demons. And he wheels around, and what is Micro doing?
I think Micro looking, and she at the same time looking very intensely, very carefully, but also very haphazardly. It's like she's scanning the page, and the second she realizes it's not what she's looking for, she throws it over her shoulder and grabs another one.
Micro,
Mm-hmm.
while you're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
you grab a page, you pull it out, and this isn't typewriter paper. So at first you go to throw it away, right? It's like,
Yeah. I don't need
Garbo.
that. Yeah.
You don't need that shit in your life. But the longer you look at it, you realize, oh, this is weird. And it is this sort of cream colored stationery.
Hmm.
And there's a letterhead on it. And at the top of the page, it says Hotel Broadalbin, New York City.
Okay.
And below that, there appears to be some kind of a map.
Okay. Do I recognize them? Like, does it seem like?
Well, I put it in
Oh.
in roll 20.
Okay, let me go look at that. Maps.
And so it's like it's this elegant stationery in an Art
Yeah.
Deco font. But it's this rudimentary map. And there's an X and one thing that says ELEV, which you assume to be elevator.
Yeah.
And they lead to another X, and then there's a writing that says JL bottle. And in another place it says WL.
Not anybody. Not the initials of anybody that we've met so far. None
And
of us
that's
have
what
been
she's
down.
doing when Mythic turns around.
The Great King of Hell.
Huh?
The Great King of Hell? Being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons? He knoweth of all hidden things, of lost treasures, and of all things past, present, and future, occupying either a human or aerial body. He answereth truly of all secret and divine things of earth and the creation of the world. He is depicted with the face of a lion carrying a ferocious viper and riding a bear. Before him there can be heard trumpets sounding.
What are you talking about?
Okay. You know of the internet, right? That was a joke. I know that you know. Okay. There's a website that I found recently that is a catalog of demons.
The last thing you need to do is be on the internet.
I have a very successful blog, thank you much, but that is neither here nor there. And listen, no, okay, no, there's this symbol, and he points to the thing on the wall. Person. It's a demon. Person. And look at this fine fabric, this almost linen paper. This is out of time and out of place, and it makes perfect sense.
You reach out and touch it, and you can feel the weight of it. It feels significant. The ink that's used shines and reflects the dying light from the sunset outside. Do you take it?
Yeah.
You reach out and you unpin it from the wall, and then this loud car horn sounds from outside.
Like a trumpet?
As soon as you grab it, this cacophony of sound, and it feels like a car horn, but it feels like a million car horns. And
like
you
a
turn,
trumpet.
and you look out the window, and you see a homeless man with this huge head of unkept yellow hair crossing the street in fatigues, and around his neck is an enormous boa constrictor. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode of Impossible Landscapes.
Are you so
I don't know why I'm weird. Wait a second. That's just New York City, people. There's nothing.
That's just
There's nothing
New York
to call
City.
here. That's just how it is. It's New York City in the '90s.
Normal.
Normal.
Be serious. I'm begging you.
It's the
Do you give me these things knowing like, oh, Colin's gonna do a dramatic reading of that, and I'm gonna have to tell him to do it, he's gonna do that, and then it's gonna perfectly cue up the thing I'm gonna do.
yeah.
I will not lie to you. Like, this cast is this cast because I knew that you guys are going to bite and chew on
Like a viper.
stuff like a viper.
Of course, I'm gonna go to the webpage for Person and then read the description because
Yeah.
Mythic just knows this stuff.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like in this moment, actually, I do.
But fucking Carhorn got me.
I have so much energy in my body, I could bite through a slab of marble. Like,
Chop chop, motherfucker.
There is, you guys, this mystery gets stranger and stranger, and you keep on uncovering all these things. And I mean, we're 3 episodes in. Next well, 2 weeks from now, we're gonna figure out what does this mean. Like we got there's a
Also,
lot of
I'm not even
dots.
joking. I'm not even lying. There was
Mhm.
weird bellow outside just now. That's why I jumped.
That's just Seattle.
Well, you've got 72 demons to choose from that could be. So
Oh
let's start
God!
picking
I
on
hope
pages,
all
I guess.
72 of them visit me. Anyway,
All 72.
Ooh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Somebody's got a lot of energy indeed.
Busy.
Um, you guys, this is so
There was
great.
so
And
much
Colin, I'm
magic
so
there.
glad you could make it. And totally worth it. And I hope that it was worth it for all of you guys. Gosh, we gotta talk to Hoop about making this more often than every other week. Turk, when's your other Thursday show done?
Oh gosh, I have to finish them. I'll kill my players in Frozen Rain. They asked me to
There
do
we
this
go.
thing.
There
Kill
we
everyone.
go.
It's not hard.
in
As
a
long as
game war, like
I got some demons that could help.
I got
As
72.
You need
get some
Jesus
cool.
/ my number.
Hey, as long as we're talking about your stuff, Turk, why don't you tell us who you are, what else you've got going on, and start the litany of Turk shows.
Yes. Hi, I am Turk or Turk accented to my followers in the various places they may dwell, above and below. I have, of course, playing Agent Michael, and if you think I'm cool now, weird, but all right. If you want to see more of me, you can find me over next Tuesday playing in some Yiddish fantasy over on Neon Lights Roleplay in Gelgelem. We're going to go investigate a spooky scenario there. We're going into an old Teutonic Order, Livonian Order castle to find if maybe we can find some sanctuary there, because things look like they're going to get bad. Frozen Rain, one of my other Thursday things, is actually coming to a close. We're probably in the final stretch here. That's going to have Hoop, who is, of course, if you don't know who
Thank
Hoop
you, Hoop.
is,
We love you,
well,
Hoop.
yeah, Hoop is great. Would never say anything bad about Hoop because Hoop can make my camera look silly.
And will.
Will absolutely make my camera look absolutely ridiculous. See.
Uh-oh.
But yeah,
Oopsie.
Hoop will be there. I'll also be back here for Nova, the next session of that, which was wild. So I don't know how we're going to pull a next session off, but it'll happen. There's a game I run over on Neon Lights that's kind of my baby, which is Oathsworn. It's the Dragonlords, epic Greek fantasy meets like high fantasy. BioWare style pre-written campaign that
Nice.
I'm throwing my own. It's a great time. It's a lot of
Check
oats.
that out. I haven't seen that. I want to watch it.
It's the first episode for this new season's on YouTube, and I can also send you all the other videos because I have them all saved on my computer. Long story. Anyway, if you like more mystery stuff, before I come back here on the 20th, on the 19th, I'll be over on Neon Lights. We're doing By His Shadow Peace, which is a Wrath and Glory campaign. In which case, I will also be playing a different kind of God's Favorite Marine, or I'll be a Space Marine. So, you know, if you like me as a Marine,
If that's your jam.
if that's your jam, then by the Emperor, I've got a show for you. Of course, back here on the 20th. Hey everyone, Neon Lights. They just jumped in for a raid, so but yeah, make sure you stick around to hear about all these other awesome people you see on your screen here, because I am so lucky that all my friends are so smart, talented, hot, and awesome. In that order, or not? I don't know. It depends.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much.
Can I give you a star? Can I give you something?
Of course, I guess. You don't have to.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. I will. The fact that you made the connection between the B from the photo and the name Hotel Broad Albin was a major breakthrough, and just like that connection was like, oh, that's just smart stuff. Like, big brain boy. It was very good, and of course, all over the place. Great, good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I try my best. I try to keep up with the rest of the cast. But yeah,
Mhm.
speaking of the rest of the cast.
Speaking of the rest of the cast, one of them is Liv. I don't know how to segue that.
Transition.
It's me.
Yes, Liv. Where do I start with this week? There was some incredible Liv energy. Colin, you have to go back and watch the first half.
I do.
But
thanks, y'all.
I mean, the way you embraced the book the play and
Mm.
leaned into that. But really, we were all here for the catchphrases, which is
Thank you.
start macro and go micro. And then the other one was, I'm not trying to plant evidence. There's evidence in
But
your
it's in your
plant.
plant.
Wow. Which
If-
is, you were red hot tonight. And
Thank
so
you.
those are my stars for you. Why don't you tell us about yourself, and then
Yeah.
what else you got going on?
I would like to think if we were if we had movie posters, the tagline for micros would be start micro or start macro.
Start
and then
macro.
go-
She's
go
gonna, but it would
micro.
be like third person. She's gonna start macro and go micro.
Hey. But yeah, no.
In a
Hi
world.
everybody.
In
In
a
a world.
Where
hi,
demons are in the computer.
to control myself. I was gonna say something out of pocket. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm girl, best pal, cutest person on the internet. My name is Liv. You can find me on Twitter at Liv in a Day. You can actually find me in most at Liv in a Day. I don't use all those accounts all the time. I haven't touched my Instagram in years, but it's there. I've been having a lot of fun today, obviously. And you can catch me having fun on other shows and places like Under the Table with Total Party Chill, TPT, where we are currently playing as little critters trying to find a dragon, going.
And that's Liv.
We just got announced today.
Liv, you froze
okay.
for a second.
You froze. For a bit.
I heard little demons found a dragon, and then you made a very not weird face while you froze.
It
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
fine and good.
It was
Thank you
fine
so
and
much.
good.
We were doing so well for
Mhm.
like hotel Wi-Fi. We did
This held
so
up.
well.
Yeah.
Until the very end, of course. Yeah.
Do you want to plug your hotel that you're staying at?
Silver Cloud. If you are ever
Okay.
staying in the Pacific West, Silver Cloud, they are very, very lovely. They have over 100 locations in the Pacific Northwest, and I throw
And you can stream TTRPGs from your room.
And you can stream TTRPGs from your room. The
don't advertise
mic
that part.
situation is not the best, but we're
Mhm.
here. I'm usually used to having my mic down here. Anyway, yes, we're playing Little Critters, trying to find a dragon. We're pirates, and it's a lot of fun. But the other show that I am going to be doing, my character just got announced today, actually. If you go over to Twitter, I'll actually retweet the art right
Lord.
now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit that retweet. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. But yeah, Live in a Day. If you want to go see my art, I am going to be playing a barbarian in a Dragon Riders game. That's right. I'm gonna be on top of a dragon, going berserk. I'm very excited about it. We'll be streaming on every other Sunday, starting on April 16th. So please go there and I don't know, watch me be gay on top of dragons. Like what more do you want?
You know what? You know who else had a top? Never mind.
You know who else wrote a giant
Top
beast
dragons.
submission?
Yeah. You know, so his thighs of steel.
Yeah.
Liv, you're a delight and a treasure. And
Oh,
are
thank you. You're a
smart
gift.
and funny and sexy.
You are
and
so smart and so funny and
What?
so sexy. Yeah,
Arms-
you.
this smart, funny, sexy arms race going on here.
This is how
Oh.
we started the
Jesus
session, Colin. I'm
Christ.
sorry you weren't here for the beginning because it really
Look.
would have boosted your mood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But-
it was really just Casa and I trying to make Turk blush.
Uh-huh. And we were saying inappropriate things to see them on the translator.
Yes.
The captions. Anyway.
Gas me up next time.
Yep.
You already know you're so hot and sexy.
I'll
I
catch
told
you
you-
up right now.
Liv, we love you, and thank you for being here. Let us keep on going. Who is next to Liv? Let's go with Casa. Casa. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Hello.
My star for you tonight was the fact that you kept on playing despite moving between different rooms.
Yeah.
We got a tour.
And it's not
You
even my
poor
turn.
person, but
Welcome to
thank
my
you for being
crib.
here. You're
I
also
didn't wanna
you're also
leave.
away from home, and you
Yeah.
showed up, which is like,
Yep.
and,
I could.
and of course, Martini's a treasure and amazing, and you did great.
Yeah.
But
No,
what
it
else?
was. I had lots of fun. I don't do anything much now. I'm just.
Liar.
To be incredible in this game and beyond.
Guys, it's my turn. I was supposed to give you guys all the things. So, yeah, My castmates are like beautiful and amazing and talented, super funny, smart, and super sexy people. And I'm just happy to, share the space with everyone. This always brightens my week. So yeah, this is great. Wilding underscore on Twitter if you want to see pretty dice and others. I don't
Yeah.
make them. I just retweet them. And yeah, it's cool.
You're a dice aggregator.
Yep, I push the dice to people.
There
Someone
you
was
go.
asking me why I needed so many. I was like, that's not the question here.
Silly.
The question
For
is, where do I get more?
Crunch,
If you have
crunch,
to
the math
ask,
rocks.
yeah.
Preach it, preach it, preach it. You're preaching.
Crunch
People don't get
crew,
it.
the math
People don't get
rocks.
Just all the
Um,
math rocks.
Well, thank you for making an effort on the road to be here. Man, Martini is fantastic. All of these characters are within 3 episodes, plus the 2-shot we did, just fully fleshed out, amazing characters. But Martini's the one that I always want to know more about. Because what is she
Everyone
doing?
else.
Like,
You and
Yes, a woman of mystery.
she's a woman of mystery. Which is funny.
He's killed so many people.
She has
Probably.
murdered, like, not
Just-
even like she's done stuff for her job where she's killed people, but she's also probably murdered a few
But it's
people.
a
just-
hobby. It's a calling
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
passion. as well.
I'm the big
We just
bad.
appreciate someone who's dedicated to their craft, you know?
Yeah.
Like
without a doubt.
artisanal killings.
like
Like Hannibal Lecter type,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some
Oh, you
Vivaldi
got
in the
Hannibal Lecter.
All right.
background.
Okay. All right.
That's
Let's go on to
telling for
Colin.
Martini.
You're like 24 sanity over there.
Cameras. Cut her
Cut the
audience.
cameras. Cut the cameras.
Cut
Oh
everything.
my god. I just
Thank you,
can't stop
Casa.
reading the message that Liv sent me that talked about Person and his 22 submissive and breedable demon boys. Unsee that. Oh.
Colin.
So talking about Liv, you're I love you, you're the best. But specifically Liv, when you said toward the end like how this game makes you feel like you're going insane. I live where I am right now. I live 10 minutes down the road from a hotel called the Hotel Broad Alban.
No.
So I'm serious. So I thought Justin was 1, stalking, and 2, absolutely out to get me. Like that you were using that. That is
If I
right
am,
down
it's
the
not
road.
on purpose.
Yeah, that is.
Blink
I am.
twice. Oh my god.
That's
I
terrifying.
live right near the town of Broad Alban, New York. It's right over there, and they have a hotel called the Hotel Broad Alban. It's
This is
so
gonna
I'm
be one
like,
of those games.
Justin's out to drive me insane. And then it was that coupled with the fact that
You don't need my
you
help.
did something that I absolutely love, Justin, which was that you were like, oh yeah, there's this resource that exists in the world, and
It's
it also
real.
exists. And by the way, for those of you watching at home, if you went to demonweb101.com and scrolled all the way to the bottom of the page, you would notice the quote that says, "What impossible landscapes wait beyond the cracked corners of this false world." So
I
what
did not
kind of
make this
fucking
website, of course.
40 chess. are you
This is some
playing?
Dennis
This is your-
Detwiller shit. This is Dennis Detwiller. I'm sure he was behind this, or his legion of people who love Delta Green and this storyline. And like the fact that it's an actual functioning website, that's next level TTRPG stuff, right?
That is so. This is giving me, as a game designer, this is like giving me like major inspiration that I want to like
Uh-huh.
plant this level of bullshit in the world to go out
At-
and find.
at this
You're
point,
an
I'm-
empty vessel.
All my friends are empty
Waiting to
vessels,
be
ready to be
All my
filled.
friends are empty
Waiting
vessels.
to be
Empty vessels
filled.
ready to be filled. I'm getting that on a t-shirt. I'm
I
getting it
am just
made.
so ready at one point to just like get a phone call during game, and it's
I want that. Like, I want us
you
to
just,
get.
you just get the dead camera, pick it up.
I want us to get like cast shirts, and it's like a Delta Green logo,
Mm-hmm.
and then around it, instead of like a Delta Green slogan, it's all my friends are empty vessels, waiting to be filled.
Like super
I-
fancy script,
Yeah.
I have been unemployed for 2 months, and I would pitch in for that.
I happen to live also down the street from a great t-shirt making place. So,
Let's go.
Everybody,
so
stay
I was
tuned.
like I was all set to literally like kick aside everything on the floor and do a straight up demon summoning because I was gonna enlist Micro's help in summoning Person, and then the motherfucker just shows up at the end.
Or does he? We'll find out next
Or
time.
does he? Anyway,
Colin, for the second session
yes.
in a row, I'm giving you a star that is when Mythic blasts the doors open and comes in with a monologue. It's always my favorite. And so when you come in at the end and you have to deal with Micro going insane, and you start ranting about the person, and you just read off all this stuff that Mythic would know about him. It was like, oh my gosh, the manic energy throughout. And I'm not saying just you, I'm saying like all of us are like buzzing, and it was so good. And I'm
I
glad
am a
that you
big
can
fan.
make it.
Thank you. I'm a big fan of the recurring, like I said, the recurring plot element of Mythic talking and people not listening, where I just mute my audio and then just let the captioner take care of everything. So if
Yep.
you want to know everything Mythic said, it's all in there. Go back and look at the captioner. It's on. He was ranting
Yes.
about his girlfriend, in case you're curious.
Oh my gosh,
it's all in there.
that's a wild like Easter egg that you can go back and see. Like we should release a second audio track, which is what Mythic is saying.
Just Mythic's rants.
The Mythic,
No one ever
the
listens
Mythic
to.
Archives.
The Mythic Archives. The
Mhm.
Myth Arc, if you will.
Colin, anything else going on with you, bud?
Okay, so not me specifically, but I want to point out that if you are in the Pacific Northwest, you can go see Six String Games and Anna at NorwestCon right now. Anna is tabling at NorwestCon for the next, 4 days. It's a long con.
Am I
Oh,
gonna
that's
be
a
able
long con.
Am I gonna be
Yeah.
able to see all of my friends
I mean, yeah.
this past a couple days ago?
Let me ask you something. Are you flying back out of SeaTac?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in SeaTac. It's like the fucking convention is in the airport. It's in the hotel in the airport. So
Okay. We'll talk.
April 6th through 9th. So you've got plenty of time.
And it's a good thing you get to see all your friends because they're all smart and funny and sexy
and hot. Yeah.
and hot.
And vessels.
And so Anna's got a
and empty
beautiful table,
vessels.
and we're all blessed
Yep.
empty vessels ready to be filled.
Right.
So you can go see the other half of my game company, Anna. She is tabling right now. She's got all of our games up for sale, and it's the beautiful printed zine hard copies of all of our games you can get.
Nice.
And she is an empty vessel ready to be filled. So go, I don't know, go fill my best friend is what I'm.
I mean, with consent,
With consent.
Honor and consent.
honorable
Yes.
consent.
Do this in my honor.
Also, we're
Fill
gonna
my
go
best
back
friend.
later and clip this and send it to Anna.
Without any context.
No
Don't tell her
context.
anything about the episode. But yeah, check it out. NorwestCon, Six String Games is gonna be set up there, and then I may as well just hold on. We have because I know we have another one coming up very shortly after that. We've been doing this convention thing lately that these people do.
Oh.
We're going to be doing Geek Extravaganza in Everett, Washington, which is going to be on April 22nd.
Nice.
And then the next thing after that is the Evergreen Tabletop Expo, which is May 27th. So there's all kinds of places, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, where you can come see Six String Games and buy our games. And
Well,
that's
when
all
are you
for me, buddy.
coming? When are you coming to Minnesota?
Oh, well, Justin, I think I'm coming to Minnesota in the future.
Wow, that's just vague enough to get me excited.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
At a point in the not present, but
TBD.
you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Colin. And thank you,
welcome.
Cast, and thank you, Lost Caravan, and also thank you, Delta Green and Dennis Detwiller for this
Thank
monstrosity.
you, Prasan.
And thank you, Prasan, and his 22
Submissive
demon boys.
and
Breedable
breedable
demon
demon
boys.
boys.
Breedable demon
Micro,
boys.
when are the breedable demon boys showing up? I'm asking, not Micro. Me, Liv the player.
The next
Excuse me. Submissive and breedable.
bunch,
You're right.
Tune in 2 weeks when
and you'll find
they
out.
go to Demon Web 101 and find out how to
I'm
summon
putting it
demons.
in my calendar.
I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm your handler, he, she, they. I'm on Twitter as Doc Rimbo and Doc Rimbo Rolls also. And then also I'm on my own Twitch channel, Doc Rimbo. I do roleplay over there primarily through Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay server called Wild RP. I have been way into that lately, and I think I've streamed like 5 days this week already. And it's all sort of story-based stuff. I've got 2 main characters there who have big story arcs, and it's a blast. You can come by anytime and check me out over there. I live for this game, and 1 month was too long. So 2 weeks we're going to fire it up and get back in it and start to peel these layers apart and figure out what's going on. But until then, we want to say thank you, and we want to say stick around. We're going to be raiding. We're going to be doing a raid for Magi RPG, and
Oh.
you should stick around. So thank you one last time, and until next time, all my friends are smart and hot and submissive and breathable. Bye.